Hello guys, again. All right, so I'm going to be doing a quick preview of the Tiny Dancer. It's a preview of the pattern because it's still in the works. It's still getting all the kinks worked out. So let me see something here. There we go. Can you guys see me okay? I think I might need to move you guys in front of me so you guys can see the table. Okay. All right, so 2 videos in 1 day, guys. Fancy, fancy. I can get this to work. Me and my little T-Rex arms. Okay. And then bring you guys down. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now you guys can see what I'm doing down here. Okay. My husband brought me lunch. So that's awesome. He brought me lunch so I have some energy. Are you guys straight or you're kind of crooked? I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Okay, so if you are watching this, it is currently live and it is Monday, August 7th. If you're watching this and it's not August 7th, then it's a replay of a live. So just in case you guys need to know that. Let me see here. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see me. Got it. It's amazing how much more is in the frame on my phone than what is on right there. Okay. All right, guys. I have the chat over here in case you guys have any questions. As I said, this is a preview of sneak peek of the Tiny Dancer. Okay, so I am in the works of getting this out to my testers and getting some feedback on the bag. So things you're going to need, you're going to need your scissors, snips, a screwdriver is handy for your Chicago screws, or whatever you're going to use to put your straps on. You're going to need 2 zippers, one for the interior zipper pocket, one for the top of the bag. I'm choosing to add this chain to the bag, and it's going to get attached with these little 1/2-inch D-rings. So I'm going to put those over here for right now. You're going to need all your pattern pieces. The only difference I am doing according to the pattern, and I'm actually probably going to change this on the pattern, is have your pocket pieces be 2 separate pieces rather than one long piece, because it's easier to birth this through the pocket than it is through the side like I have it on the pattern. So like I said, this is preview. We're trying to work out all the kinks. My name tag, this is an inside pocket, like a little slip pocket. You're going to need your lining pieces. So I've got my lining piece on the fold. Then you have all my interface pieces have already been interfaced. My main piece, it's supposed to be on the fold, but what happened, my piece of fabric that I had wasn't quite large enough for me to do it on the fold. So all I did was stitch it together, and the seam allowance taken away is exactly the size of the bag without it. And then I've fused on all of my interfacing. So all of my interfacing is fused on right now. It just kind of helps keep it a little bit more of a structure. And instead of doing the handles, cutting out the little handle pieces and everything, I've got these pre-made handles that I sell on my website and that I have here available, and they have the little Chicago screws as well. So I'm going to be using that to attach it to the bag, and I'll be doing that closer towards the middle of this before I actually finish making the exterior of the bag. Then I have this little tiny piece of fabric for my connectors for my 1/2-inch D-ring so that I can attach it to the crossbody strap. Okay. Other things you might need are some rulers. I'm going to use my zipper template ruler from Marmino, a couple of her glitter rulers for measuring. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to put you guys in a little bit closer just so you can kind of see just this portion right here. Oops. Hold on, guys. You're just seeing more of everything else. There we go. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This is Tiny Dancer. This is a preview of my sewing pattern that I'm having released in early September. So first part I'm going to start off with is the lining. So here's the lining, and on your pattern piece it does give you a mark as to where to put your zipper on the lining, right? So you can go ahead and cut that out if you would like to. I just know how far it is myself, so I'm just going to measure down and put my piece down. So I'm going to get one of my pieces of fabric, line it down. I'm going to try to make sure that it is on like so. So I'm just going to fold this in half. It's good to know where your halfway marks are anyway, so it's not a bad habit to get into, just snipping your halfway marks. This will help when installing the zipper as well. Okay. Doesn't really matter which side it is as long as it's just one or the other. Go ahead like that. Okay, hold that down in place and then sew around this box. So I'm going to lift up just a little bit, because what you don't want is this pocket falling into this area here, because that's the bottom of the bag. And sew around the box. I can see the box marking on my fabric. You can choose to do the little sides if you want to or not. It's your choice. I find it doesn't really make a difference either way. Sometimes just for easy sewing and make sure that my box is ready, just go ahead and do it. Okay. Snip all those pieces. Now I'm going to go ahead and come in here and cut that open. I just fold it in half, snip into it just to kind of get it started, and then cut all the way. I want to leave myself a good amount of triangle into the corners, so I make sure it's a pretty big piece. And snip as close as you can towards the center, towards those corners without going past your stitching. You don't want to snip your stitching, but you want to get as close as possible. So that's what it's going to look like. Right, so now we're going to fold it in towards the wrong side. Like so. So at this point, you can take it to the iron. You can iron waterproof canvas as long as it's the front portion and not the plastic portion. Just to let you know, because that'll help kind of keep all this where it needs to be. A little bit of steam goes a big way. It's got nice and pliable. I can hold this down just like so. Okay, now you're going to want to get your zipper. So you have two zippers. You have a shorter zipper and then a longer zipper. So I'm going to put some tape on there to help me. My 1/8 inch double-sided tape, I call my zipper helper, because it helps installing zippers. It makes it so much easier. Less headaches. I'm putting this tape, the double-sided tape, on the top and the bottom of the tape itself, but I am making sure to make sure it's out of the seam allowance. I want my zipper closing to the left, so facing me, that's that direction. Oh, but it's upside down, so there we go. The guy was like, I knew there was a reason why this felt different. Okay. Then peel back that tape on the other side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew around that box. So today I'm working with my lining first before I do my exterior, because I have different thread colors that I want for my interior and then my exterior of my bag. So I just wanted to just get the pink out the way first. And those edges. And those edges. Okay, open up that zipper. Okay, open up that zipper. And then you're going to get your other piece of your lining, put that on top, like so. And like I said, we're going to be birthing this bag through this piece right here. So I just want to make sure I pull that up so that later I can do that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch all 3 sides, leaving this bottom folded up, so that way I can birth the bag through there later. off. Snip, snip. Okay, so now what I like to do is pull these out like so. Then I'm gonna steam this. I'm gonna iron this so that it gets nice and flat. Okay, and now our zipper pocket is complete. Now on the opposite side is where I want to do my pocket. So I like this to be like a little slip pocket. I'm gonna grab myself a piece of 1/4 inch double-sided tape. Put that along that line there. And then we are going to peel it off. And then we're going to take this top edge and fold it down to that line. This is kind of like a cheat on getting a good hem, top hem or anything like that. As you're finishing off that top edge. Okay, just like that. Now we're going to stitch with a top stitch length. I really like the way the pink stands out against the gray. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to stitch this down on our pocket, on our lining piece. So this pocket piece is going to get stitched down. Okay. And I'm going to get my tape and fold these in. Go ahead and mark out your lines. So these lines are going to be a 1/2 inch instead of the 1 inch that was on the other side. Okay, and then getting that tape one more time, right up to that line. Now, for myself, I've done plenty of quilts and things like that, and for me, I like to cut right across from line to line, right there where they intersect, just so that it has more of a mitered corner look to it. I like to do my sides and then my bottom. So take that right to that line. Really push down on that tape just to make sure it stays. Right here, I didn't put enough tape down, so all I'm going to do is just hold that down right there. Okay, repeat with the other side. I like to do my sides first, like I said, and before I do my bottom. And then hold that there. Okay, so now we're going to do this bottom piece right here. Okay, got my mitered corners. Now I'm going to take my tape again and tape it so that way I can put it onto the bag and it doesn't shift on me. I think I should have used a thinner tape on the lines because all it did was stick to itself around these corners, which is fine, but I am trying to push it down and keep it down. Okay, got that. Do my bottom piece, where my mitered corners are. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm gonna take it to my iron and just press it really fast so that it helps it get softened up a little bit. There we go. It's a little bit more pliable now. See? Those are those corners down there. It looks really nice. All right, so now we're going to measure from the top. You're going to want to center it. So let's see here. That's 9, that's 4.5. Hey, good.
Just dropping off.
Okay, thank you. 4.5, 1.5 down.
How you doing?
Thank you, you too. Did I have 2 pieces of tape there? Don't remember doing that. I might have. Okay. And then this other side. Okay. I have to come up so that this is more like an inch from the top. So that's what I'm saying is I'm trying to get all of these things that I have working in my mind to work properly before I finish the pattern. And sometimes the best way to do that is just to do it. All right, that looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew around that. Right. All right, so now we got a little slip pocket. Put your lipstick in it, something. You can put your coins and change in there. That way it has something. Even though it's a little bag, it's got a lot of oomph to it. Okay, so that is done. So the lining is done. We can set that aside. Now for the exterior of the bag. Now for the exterior, I've already gone ahead and done all of my fusing of my interface facing. This is Decaville Heavy. So yeah, I've already done that. So now all I have to do is do my markings for my strap connectors. So I'm just gonna grab this, cut a hole at the top, because that's really what matters. The bottom portion of it just depends on how long your straps are. Like how long down the strap connector goes. And this is what I do so that I can have consistency. Okay, and then I'm gonna need a marking tool, marking pen. And just fold that back. I'm gonna grab this. Put it like that. making sure I'm lining everything up, and I'm marking right at the top. That's where I want it to go. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so now we've got that marked out. Now, as I said, I am using pre-made straps that I sell on my website. So these already come with everything stitched and beautifully done, and then it comes with Chicago screws to kind of get everything together. And I'm gonna get a little bit of glue. I just had my glue. There it is. Okay, a little bit of glue that's gonna get attached as well. Okay, so I like to do one side at a time. Because it already has holes in it, I'm not too worried about making holes in the leather pieces, but on the bag itself. So I am going to grab, let me see, I think a 1/4 inch piece of tape will be fine. And then just put that right across the back like so. Ooh, are we getting towards the end? We are getting towards the end. Okay. This also helps me keep my my sides, knowing which side goes down. Oh, okay, let's paste. Okay, I'm gonna take that, put it down like so. I'm going to need to mark out my little holes first. So I shouldn't have peeled my tape back yet, but it's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to get my hole punch. Snap it in place. This one looks like it's a little, there we go. It's a little clogged with the, sometimes when they use glue to hold these down, it kind of makes it a little bit harder to. Okay. All right, so my handheld doesn't want to go quite as far down without me bending it, and I don't want to bend it because it'll bend Decovil. So I'm gonna use this. Okay, just like that.
Hey,
Hi, thank you.
have a good one.
You too. Got lots of goodies coming in today. All right, so the screws go in from the back, and the dome pieces go through the front. So just Do that first. Okay, I don't want to lose those, so I'm going to take them and put them over here in my little tray. Okay, so just like that, now we're going to grab our handles, put them down, just like that. Look how cute that is, right? All right, so now we're going to take our dome pieces, and I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue right on the top of each of these screws. Actually, I'm going to do this one. Okay. Push it down, and then just kind of like thread it to begin with your fingers first, and then you can continue to do it with the screwdriver. Hold these in place. Once you start feeling it kind of like move, there we go. Yeah, this one always has the hardest time because it is so close to that metal piece. Okay, good. Really trying to make sure it stays. Okay, let's do that one first this time. Get it started, hold it down. This is when it's handy to have those electric screwdrivers because it feels like you need 3 hands. All right. There's our Barbie. All right, so let's do the other side. Just tap them. Where did it go? I think I dropped it. Hold on. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Right here. Hello, Gypsy. Hi, Nova. Sorry, I'm not even looking at the chats. I'm just so focused on getting this done. Hello, hello. All right, let's go like that. You can just get the preview with Tiny Dancer. Okay. Now, if you had rivets, you can use rivets here as well. But I personally call for Chicago screws. I'm not sure if screws are any like hardier than these Chicago screws or not. I'm not really sure, but I think so. Alright, so that's the back. I don't even need tape really, because once I get these threaded through the back, there we go. Hello, hello. Yes, I know you will be. In a few weeks, we've got almost all the kits ready and some extras. I always like to have some extra kits in case anybody wants to buy a kit extra after class. Okay. So this one here is the one that sometimes gives me the trouble. And I really need to push it down. There we go. A little tiny bit of glue. I mean, I think Loctite would be great, but I'm afraid of Loctite. I used Loctite one time and then I messed up and I was like, no! I ripped the pattern apart. I pretty much ripped the bag apart trying to get the thing off, so it didn't really work out for me. Well, it was my mistake, so I should have been paying attention. Okay. Yep. I like to really jiggle it to make sure it's still there. Okay. And again, really push this guy down. I feel like I need like 5 hands. Okay. I did not make these. I bought these pre-made. But in the pattern, I have instructions on how to do them with, and these will be rivets right here, right? And then those are Chicago screws, but I do show that in the pattern. Okay, so now I'm going to start assembling. So put this aside for just a second. Before I get too far, I need to make my side connectors. So instead of, this body doesn't really lend itself to like a full crossbody, like, because it's so small of a bag, right? But I know that some people are going to want to hold this bag as a shoulder bag. So I'm giving them the option of having having a chain. So the side connectors help with the chain if they so choose to have one. If you don't want to, it's okay. Off my iron because it is getting hot in here. So for the interior of the bag, I used all pink. For the outside of the bag, I'm going to use black to do my top stitching. I just like the contrast. All right, let me see if this will, there we go. Didn't want to get going, it got stuck. Okay. Right. Cut this in half. Like so. D-ring connector. To the lining. You're not going to see this on the outside of the bag. It's going to be like a little peekaboo, I see you kind of thing, where it's just hiding in there until you need it, and then you'll see the straps come out from the side. All these threads. Okay. I'm gonna call my husband soon and let him know that I'm gonna be working tonight. Okay, so that's there. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm having these on the inside of the bag, not necessarily like this, right? But they're gonna be on the inside like this. So it's not gonna come out the top, it's gonna be on the side. It's gonna be on the sides. I'm just gonna tack those on, and let's see here. I want to come down at least an inch. Yep, come down an inch, just to really make sure it's getting out of the seam allowance, and it's not going to get caught by anything. There's the lining. Here's the exterior. Now we get to put it together. So I'm using a black zipper with a gold black zipper teeth with a gold one. I think that really lends itself really well to the whole black and, oh, you came off. Where did it go? There it is. See, I knew that was gonna happen at some point. Let me see here. That's the only thing I don't like about the pre-made ones, is they make everything really tight. Like really tight. Okay, hold that there. Nope, you're not getting in there. Okay. 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 Nothing else popped off, right? Okay, good. Okay, so on the pattern, I made my marks as far as where the zipper placement is going to go, like where it starts and so on. So we're going to crack it open, and I like to make a mark just so that it's the same on both sides. What do I do with it? Oh, there it is. I hate throwing stuff everywhere. Okay, and then the same thing for this direction. I like to make another mark. Okay, and that mark there is for where I'm going to stop sewing at, so it's veering off so that it's not sewn into the side seam. But right here, this is where I want to have my zipper start. There you go. I had pins. I don't know what I did with them. I don't know. I don't know what I did with the pins. I had them join the other live. Perfect, darling, perfect. Okay. 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 So those are snipped. I'm going to put my my zipper helper tape right along the top edge here. Stopping at my mark.
Hello.
Hi.
You guys had the class going for the kids?
Yeah.
Here, pick up my granddaughter.
Oh yeah, she's in there.
Straight through?
Yep, straight through. There we go. It's pickup time. Okay. All right, so because I want it closing to the left, I want to start with this one on the left. She's not happy that Paw Paw King got her early. All right, so right here, just for a second, but I don't unzip my zipper all the way past where I need it to be. Okay, so this side down. All right, so I want the top, the very edge of my zipper to be on that mark that I have there, and it's not quite there. It's a little bit too far. There. Now it's right there at that mark. Okay, when I get to this mark over here, I'm going to start veering off. So that it goes like that. Okay, now we're going to stitch it down. And I need to change to my black thread because I want to have my black top stitching. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna start it here, same. I like to kind of like hold this together and make sure that I'm gonna start it at the exact same spot. I should be marked. I do have it marked, but in case you forget to mark, or if maybe it got shifted a little bit or anything like that, you'll know before you actually sew it that it's gonna line up perfectly like that. So that and this is why I make this extra long, to make sure that it is out the way. Okay, so now that everything is on, you can actually take this off. And I know you're gonna like be like, what are you doing? Undo your zipper. Like what? Yes. Undo your zipper. It's gonna make putting the lining in so much easier. So I have my marks right there, and then I'm gonna do a mark here just to make sure that I can line it up and it matches. When I go to put it back together. All right, so you got this. Now, this needs to go on top. So I want my zipper pocket to be where Barbie's face is and the slip pocket on the back. I'm gonna place it like so and stitch. I like to have my lining facing the table and stitch from the other side. Stitch from the vinyl side because I can then see where I have previously stitched. The lining is a little bit smaller than the exterior. Not too much, but just enough. Okay, so now we're going to stitch this together. If you have a zipper foot, it might be helpful to use a zipper foot. If you don't, it's okay. It's a little bit bulky here, so just make sure you're keeping it. This is up a little bit because I'm trying to have the straps kind of be out of the way as I'm sewing this down. Okay, so there that is. Now we're going to want to top stitch. But when I'm top stitching, I'm not top stitching within these within a half inch of these portions here. So you can go ahead and top stitch with all of it in one direction. You just have to be careful not to start or end with the you want to just be out of the seam allowance. And it's pretty easy because the Decovil or the interfacing kind of helps you with that. And I'm going to switch. Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff with your zipper ends. Kind of neat, huh? And for mine, it was very temporary because obviously you saw me take it off, but it was just for everything to align. Okay, did that for my top stitching. So I can get in here and top stitch really pretty. Hey, yep, just go through the door. They're right in there. Top stitching. Right through here. Again, I'm coming in and not stitching within my seam allowance. This is all going to end up on the floor. Okay. I did one extra stitch there, but that's okay because I can pull it through the other side because I had just back stitched. There we go. That black stitching on that hot paint just really makes it so nice. All right, take this one down and repeat for this side. So the side seams where the top of the bag meets together, it is the same size. It's just when it goes further down, when it tapers to a smaller size. See that? So that way it sits right really nicely into the bag and it's not saggy. That was a design element that I liked, and I really made emphasis on making a separate pattern piece for it, because a lot of times we use the same piece for the exterior as we do the interior, and then what ends up happening let me call her from my other phone. Hey, my love. No, I meant to call your dad, but I'm on a live. Miss Marquette can't come into work today. Oh, no, wait, 4:45. Yes. Because I don't start till 6:30. Yes. I'll be there at 4:45. Okay? Okay. Love you. All right, that was my daughter. I pick her up from karate at 4:45. Okay, so we've done that. Now I'm going to turn, this is the part where it's a little trickier to top stitch, because everything else is in the way, but it's totally doable. It's just a little bit more ins and outs. All right, turn your bag right side out. You're just gonna pull it out of the way as you're sewing. You could do it the other way with this part in on itself, but what I find is that sometimes it's not as nice looking. So we're just pulling our lining, this piece out the way as we sew, kind of like this. Well, it ends up being the same thing anyway, so might as well keep it that way. Don't turn it inside out. Just leave it the way it was. And I really should have done this side first because it's the front, but it's okay. It's still going to be very pretty. Okay. All right. There's the bag. Snip all of your threads. Okay. There we go. Awesome. That's what it's gonna look like now, like a burrito type of thing. Okay. So what we're doing is we're pulling the exterior pieces together and the lining pieces together. Okay. We're gonna push our, oh, I caught it in the top stitching. No, I caught it in the other stitching. Make sure you didn't catch your zipper. I didn't catch that one in the zipper, but I caught this one in the zipper. So when I put my lining piece onto the exterior, I didn't push it out of the way when I did my stitching. So it got caught. Right in there when it really should be like this. Like that. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing. Okay, I fixed it. All right. Make sure, again, this zipper is out of the way. This zipper is out of the way. I almost like to clip it inside the lining piece. Just clip it right there, just to get it out of the way. All right, so right here, you're gonna want to have all of this line up really nicely and clip. I almost do like one side at a time and then I sew the other part, just because I really want everything to line up. Okay. So like that. So I'm going to sew down this side and then sew down the other side. Okay, so this is a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Lost a clip. Now to do the other side to make sure this is sticking in. We don't want to mistakenly run over our D-ring connector. Okay. Just like that. Here. If you wanted to leave one of the sides open, you can. I just find that I've been doing it out of the zipper for so long that I didn't really like that. I'd put it in the pattern originally and I'm like, I really don't like that, so I'm gonna change that. Okay. Put it together right there. All right, now we're gonna box out our corners. You'd think since it's smaller, it'd be easier, but it's actually harder when it's smaller. It's smaller, it's harder. It doesn't really want to comply. Okay. It's a very structured bag, so just bear with it. It's tiny but mighty. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Something shifted. Look what happened there in the back. You see I went from little to long right there? That's not good. Maybe I didn't start with the right seam allowance. Nope, sure did it. That's not any better. Alright, let's take the stitches out. Like I said, only because it's smaller doesn't mean it makes it any easier. I get my daughter from karate, 4:45. It's only like 3:30 right now, so I'm good. When it comes to sewing, this is like the second to last part. There we go. Take all these stitches. There we go. Okay, almost there, guys. Sorry about that. But I wanted to show you what happened because it happens a lot. And some people be like, what's going on with my boxy corners because they're not turning out right? That could be why. Because if everything wasn't sitting quite straight, it can get skewed. Which can happen. Okay, let me go this direction. Alright, so let's try it this direction with this side up instead. There we go. This one looks pretty good. Just want to make sure. Yep. Okay. All right. Box the corners done. Oh, what are those snips? Yeah. Give me just a second because I'm on a live video. I said, give me just a second. I'm on a live video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're okay?
That's all right. I get tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Let's do the same thing here. And here. We're really looking for a triangular piece. We're putting it together. We want it to look like a chopped off triangle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all right.
All right. Go ahead and grab. All right. One more. I'm Sorry guys if you've said anything or asked the questions. Well, I can't talk at the same time I was yelling at my screen. Sorry. Oh, because I said Sierra, it probably thought I said Surrey or something. It happens to me all the time. My iPhone thinks I say Surrey when I'm saying Sierra. It's the craziest thing ever. Power, 10%. Okay. This one says it's 10%. Alright guys, I'm almost there. Snip, 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 snip. Trim off those things. I don't particularly trim these. I just snip into the corners. So I don't really trim it. I just kind of get into the corner to make it lay straight or flat or wherever it needs to go to behave. Same thing down here. I trim these down. Okay. And this hot pink is going to be on my website next week, I think it is. So by the 15th, you guys are going to see a lot of things. Because I literally just had FedEx drop off 2 packages. Alright, so from in here, I'm just going to grab the one handle. And then I'm going to push a corner in through that tiny little hole. That might be another design thing I'll have to fix. Is getting the hole of the pocket on the inside a little bit bigger, because it is quite small. I was thinking of doing a piece right here in the lining. I think I may do that instead, because this is quite small. You guys are gonna see me struggle today. Hold on. If I'm gonna struggle, at least you guys can see me struggle. If you're gonna see me struggle, you might as well see the whole thing. Wants to know more about something. Got it. Ugh, that darn thing popped out again. See, you and I are gonna have words. Alright. Well, if it's gonna pop off, I might as well have it pop off now, right? Why is birthing so hard? Oh, this is for the birds. The last time I did this bag, I lost 3 nails. I had longer nails then. I had just grown them out long. And then cracked 3 of them really bad. This one was the worst when it went right down into the skin. And that was birthing from the side. Oh my goodness. I blame it on the Decovil. Genova, come help me. It's coming. It's coming. It's just. obviously it's got to be hot, right? It's also, I'm also sweating. This is a workout right here. Look, I got an arm. All right, 2 legs are out. Yeah, come on. I have that little clip. Sorry, you can't talk right now. Oh my goodness. This is like serious. Maybe this is why Markia called out today. She knew I was making this bag. The last one was like, Markia, I cracked 2 nails already. Or 3 actually. This is tiring. You know that guy on TikTok that sits there and or Instagram or whatever, and he like turns bags out like nothing? I'm gonna challenge him to do this one. Is it like catching on something? I have to give myself a break every few seconds because this is just not working. Okay. You guys are probably dying at home, like, goodness. You're gonna have PTSD from this pattern and be like, nope, I'm not making a tiny dancer. She's cute. I'm not burning that baby. This is another reason why I test. This is like the 4th time I've made this. The first time I did it, I made it with a very nice, soft fabric. The bottom, I know, right? Like, where am I supposed to cut a hole in the bottom? I guess the lining, maybe. I've gotten most of it out. It's just pushing it all the way through. Okay. Okay, almost there. Oh God. The shoulders are through. The shoulders are through. Okay. Inside and push it from the inside. Hi Wendy, hi Tracy. It's a new baby girl. It's a girl. Okay. So pretty, right? Oh my God, my hands. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm literally sweating, guys. And I never sweat. I think it's these lights because I have these like lights on me. Okay. Alright, let me see if I have to fix any of my stuff. Oh, actually not. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make this like 2 inches longer for sure. And I'm gonna have a thing at the bottom because this is not cool. All right, gonna change that on the pattern piece ASAP and resend it to my testers and be like, don't do it. I'm gonna try to do something in a second. Like, I've got to pick up my daughter soon. But I need a shot of tequila to be my epidural. And this little girl, she killed me. All right, so push it all back inside. Push it all inside. Roll it down. Okay. Whew. She's a pretty. She's pretty. Okay. Done. And then this is the one that just swiveled off. So, gosh bless it. I already closed the lining hole. I gotta reopen it so I can screw that screw in wherever it went. Oh, I see it over there. All right, buddy. You got one last chance. There you go. All right, you stay right there. Sorry guys, I gotta go Ruda. They're very pretty. It's not the screw, it's because it's so close to the way that it was made. It was so close to the if I could talk. When they glued it together and then they punched the holes, that top hole is very close to the metal piece, so there's not much room for it to really like for it to get enough grip. I think I fixed it. Okay. Yeah, I fixed it. If someone's rougher than that, I don't know what to tell you, because this is a very little purse, and even if they put 3 bricks of gold in here, if these straps don't hold, I don't know what will, because this is pretty sturdy. You can do rivets instead of screws. You can do rivets instead of screws. Now, if you wanted to just sew it on, you can. But since mine already had sewing marks, I was just like, okay. There we go. Oh, that's so pretty now. Awesome. Okay, so that goes in there, that goes in there. All right, let's put our zipper in. All right, last part, zipper. I like to line up my marks. So I had put marks on my zipper right there. I like to line them up. Okay, and then It's like putting it on backwards. Come on. Okay. All right, it looks like it lines up. Oh, look at that, lined up perfect. Oh yeah. Get rid of those little tiny threads showing. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then I'm gonna cut it right here to have just a little bit of a nub, like a stubby. And then I am putting a cap on it. The only thing I didn't bring over here was a cap. Okay, so there's gonna be a cap in there, and then if they want the beautiful, thank you. She's gonna be ever so much cuter when she's not giving me problems. All right, so they go like that, and then she'll clip here. Right, but hold on. It's got to come in between here, like so. Right? Yes. So that when it's zipped, you go down. Like that. Yes, I'm on TV. Just like that. Isn't it cute? All right, this is going out to a client tomorrow as soon as Miss Marquet comes back. And look at it, it just, I mean, that's amazing, right? It just stays by itself. And the handles can come up. Oh goodness, it's got a little shade. Come on guys, that's nice, right? Thumbs up, thumbs up, woohoo! Thank you, Wendy, woohoo! I gave birth to a 1 pound baby. All right guys, thank you so much for hanging in there for the last 20 minutes of me trying to birth a bag. It's super cute. I'm going to just cut this off and put the little zipper tab at the end there, and she's ready. Just clean her up a little bit, put a little steam inside of her and let the Decavil kind of like relax a little bit. But I mean, she's look good. She's look good. All right guys, thank you so much. Bye. Thanks, Tracy. Oh, over here is where I stop.